Alrighty, Chris. Just got done having supper. I made a nice meatloaf and some fresh beets, sliced them up and boiled those with some rice, and I'm getting like fat. But don't forget, half of this is tumors. Big ones. Oh my God. But a lot of it is fat, because it's accumulated on the sides too. Oh well, I don't give a shit. Pushing 70 years old. Oh my God, this thing's gonna frickin' flicker. So I finally, a little tweaking around with this and that on this guitar, and I'm finally happy with how it's set up. So I told you in the other video, I put a new nut in here, and you got to file those and shape them, and not the slots. They come pre-slotted. That you don't touch. It's the bottom and the sides. So it's perfect now, Alright, so what I'm going to do, I do 1/3 cup of coffee, milk it down with 2%. I got some coconut oil in it too. Alright, so let's see what it sounds like on it. I got this thing is so dead on everywhere. String height, everything. And it takes a bit of screwing around with some of these guitars. Alright, so listen. I'm going to do the pentatonic on the entire fretboard. I know you really rip it up well with the pentatonic, but I don't know if you know every inch of it on the fretboard. I know you know quite a bit. Because every inch more that you do come to know that you don't know, that opens up the door for new phrasing to add to what you already can do well. So we're going to do the B minor, because those videos of the D major, this will tie in with them. It can also be used. So the lowest point on the fretboard with that, I know you know B minor. What do you know? What? So you would start with the open E. So it's a B minor / D major pentatonic. Consists of, we'll lean towards favoring the B note, but it's still all the same notes in that pentatonic. A B, a D, because you should also learn all your notes. As you go over your pentatonic, you should start knowing what all the notes are, and then you can, wherever those notes are, you can, So B, D, E, F sharp, A, B, and that's it. Well, B, D, E, F sharp, A. That's it. So when you play that whole block, you're just repeating them. You know this, but can you play your B minor pentatonic starting at the open E? Because there is an E in there. And it would be the same notes. Another good thing is to get it down so you can play octaves like that. in any key, pentatonic wise, like that. Anywhere on the fretboard. Alright, so here, I missed notes. And then your next position would be here, starting at F sharp, and again, knowing the notes, an F sharp, an A, and now it starts with the root note B. So, because again, the same thing with the pentatonics, just like the scale positions I talked about, B minor, you don't have to just go from a B to a B kind of thing, as you know, you might. Alright, so this block here would be I got it, I'm going to play it unclean. I'm just basically going to cover the entire fretboard beyond what you typically play all the time, Because in each one of these, if you haven't been using them before, start checking them out. Look at the fingers that I'm using. That's another thing, is to start, doing the scale blocks in these using the right fingering, so that it opens a door to you for, say you wanted to go from pentatonic to I'm trying to think what I'm. No, yeah, I'm mixing in diatonic with pentatonic. All right, so. That fingering, and after a while, because then if you wanted to play there, say to a B minor track, and you. Move your hand to execute whatever you want out of there. And minimizing moving the hand. So the next one up from that would be starting at the A using the middle finger. And again, the reason for using those fingers and getting used to them is because if you want, you might want to play some diatonic. And you can't do it favoring those fingers. You got to move. There's a lot of licks that this will open the door for you, because you already do them with what you've spent a lot of time on and how you already play. You've got those slick licks that you do, you know, based on how you go up through your pentatonics, and you got those spots where you can, you know, because that's what you spent time on, and that's what you heard playing the way you've been playing, which is great. But now you start doing this, and it's going to open up a bunch more for you. There's no movement of my hand to go, you know, any of this. You know, so here would be, you can add in your diatonic if you work on those at some point. God, Clay! Baby finger. Now I don't. Sometimes it depends on what I want to play and where I want to go next. Where I don't follow that rule all the time. I might go. I might use my strong fingers because if I'm going to. But it's good to also have the ability with the baby finger. You might, you know, you'll also start coming up with new phrasing. You'll start hearing, you know, other things than what you already do all the time. See, now instead of just thinking B minor, you would use that, but I start hearing other things by learning these blocks this way. Whatever. All right. So and then, of course, your one you know very well. And also goof around with them sometimes. I'm way out of shape with playing. I haven't played. I just do these little lesson videos with like 6 counts, this kind of thing. You might use just a piece of it. It might start showing up in your phrasing to a track. You know, that back and forth thing. 5 count. The hammer and pull off stuff. So the next one up, use your middle finger, start at the D note. So start at the D again, middle finger. That way you don't have to move, you know. And again, when I solo and I'm not thinking about anything but what I'm going to play, what I want to hear, I don't even know what fingers I'm really using then. This is a practice thing to help develop. It's going to help expand that you're going to start being able to throw more things into what you already can do. So the next spot up would be at the E, starting with the middle finger, and 3 in a row is middle finger, baby finger. again, it's not necessarily that you're gonna play B to B and play to a B chord, you know. You know, because I use it heavily on D major stuff. Up here I do skip up the baby finger because I might want to do a 3-note thing on my first part of the phrase to this. You know, all right. You know, to them chords or whatever. So it's a piece of the B minor, but it's also D major. It's also could be played to just an A and a G chord or anything that could be from D. Whatever, you know, so that shape there, starting at the E. Right here you gotta move over. And then up here, you're really repeating this one. Okay, so that's that. What did I just do? Just a little bit on the pentatonic on the entire fretboard. Those shapes are the same. You can move it to any key. Just look at what the standard one is, starting with the B, and look, you know, you get those shapes, the one before it, the one after, the ones before and after it, and then you can do that, all them same shapes everywhere. Very few people have that down on the every inch of the fretboard, from the lowest point up all 6 strings and down to the highest point, you know. That adds to what you can already do, you know.